Howdy and welcome to RCW Wrestling episode 11 of Implosion. We are here, well, Bradley isn't, there he is. We are here for this episode today, and I'm, as always, your DM / booker of RCW. This time we have got Kim as Jack. We have got Rob as, well, I guess he's just Travis Knox now.
The hero, Travis Knox.
I was trying to think of a nick. I was like, Mass Travis Knox? Undashing Travis Knox?
Yes! Undashing Travis Knox!
The
I am here
hero,
for it.
Travis Knox.
Yeah. We've got...
Jack refers to as undashing.
We've got Bradley as Bruiser.
We're back in the saddle again, ladies and gentlemen.
We've got Ross as the Freak.
Rob is wrong. There are no heroes here.
Actually, that's a good point. Of the people here, there are 2 faces and 3 heels. So
yeah,
a little bit.
And one teetering, towards heel.
Well, I mean, you did beat down your partner. That counts as a heel turn, I think, at that point.
And took his belt.
Yeah.
Let's just say I was going through a whole lot of emotions last time.
Well,
that's
like,
Nova.
Jack turned heel on you, but then you took revenge, is how I take it.
Yeah.
Right, and we've got, of course, the unbelievable babyface that is Oliver Sterling.
Sterling.
He's no longer using the Lord title because it makes him more of a babyface. Right?
For now.
Yes.
For now,
well, I want the Lord title back at some point. So you know.
I mean, I'm gonna go get the gentleman title back.
And I suppose I should also clear up the fact that I brought in a secondary character, the proto star Casey Edwards.
Yes.
So yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah, and I'm also Nova Delight.
Yep.
I forgot I also have 2 characters.
Yeah. So
I guess
nobody would be my friend, so I had to make my own friends up.
Yeah, I would say, though, I guess some of us would be going through a little hard times, as a certain American dream down there would say. Something about hard times, baby.
Well,
time. Well, he exists in a different universe.
you guys arrive at Universal Studios and head to the studio where we tape Implosion at the moment. For these tapings, the new champion, which is Onyx Adams, is unable to make it. He's got a booking at another location.
Are you sure
bloody
it wasn't
part-time champions? Bloody part-time champions.
He's got a booking somewhere else, is what he's told me. Whether that's with that woman who was yelling out last week, I don't know.
Oh yeah, it's totally that woman. Let's be real.
Yeah.
Bloody part-time champions.
I mean, we gotta have all that.
Yeah, Onyx is our Roman Reigns. Like, he's got the belt. Now he's going to turn up every
I'm going to do that. Hold on.
So yeah, we.
Oh man, we're suddenly turning Onyx heel all of a sudden.
You don't even have the champion on every show. Hulk Hogan was champion for 4 years. How many primetime wrestlers was he on?
Oh my god.
Yeah. So, with that said,
man.
we are backstage, and obviously the main event of this tapings is the ladder match for the control of the tag team titles, because the tag team champions have split up. They both want control of the tag titles. So the new general manager, Chief Valhammer, because he's had his hip fixed and can't currently wrestle, so he's now the GM going around in a suit. He booked you guys in a ladder match to decide who gets control of it. As far as the other match is going, obviously, I think it's time that we had a little tag team match player. We so we're gonna have the Freak teaming with Hardcore Travis Knox against Oliver Sterling and his new protege.
Yes. The Gentry ride again, gentlemen.
Oh boy.
The Gentry ride
Is that the
again.
name of the is that the name of the team?
Oh yeah, the Gentry.
Okay.
Look, which is why I'm bringing back the Lord, because Lord Sterling and Squire Edwards, the Gentry ride again.
Ooh. Well, good thing that certain individuals took the protege to 2 different wrestling promotions to get his feet wet.
How old is he again? He's like teens, right?
18, 19.
Right.
He's legally old enough to be here doing what
Yes,
he's
we
doing.
had all that paperwork sorted between
Yeah.
episodes. So when you say again, how often did you tag, and how long ago did you two tag together?
Well, that's the thing. When I say the Gentry ride again, the Gentry was actually. You know what? I want to tell this story in character. So can I tell the story in character?
Okay. In which case, yeah. You see those two names separate. I haven't put a tag team name. You will have to come and explain to me, the booker.
Yeah.
Should be the Gentry. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I'm going to tell this story in character because I think it's better if I do it that way.
Yeah.
All right.
So, do you want to come to see me when you get there?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So I see you put us together. Well, obviously.
Need to give him a chance. He seems to know his stuff, but obviously he still needs somebody there to show him the ropes, quite literally.
Well, you were there. You remember the situation with what happened to his dad. You were on the scene. You're roughly the same. You're roughly the same vintage as I am. I've made you a bit older than you are, but hey ho.
A bit older. You've got grey hairs, buddy. White head.
Well, you know, when I stick us down as the Gentry, because that was the team I were on with his old man. And now it's time for the Gentry to ride again. And since the tag team champions can't decide if they love each other or hate each other, you know, you need a proper tag team around these parts instead of those two idiots.
First of all,
so the Gentry.
I'm 10 years younger than you, pal.
You were still there.
I was there.
You were there that night. You remember?
I was a bloody runner. I think I was an assistant at the time.
Yeah, well, you know, you were there. You remember? You remember what happened?
The lads, WAW, right? WEW.
No, back in England before we came over here.
Oh yeah. What company was that?
It's a company I've never actually named. You remember? You were there.
GBW.
Probably GBW.
Great British Wrestling.
Mhm. Well,
oh no.
As you remember, Quango.
That company went under when Nigel Farage took control of it. It was terrible.
Yeah. But Quango, he had to come up. He got the attention of America, and that was. I wish Kenny hadn't gone to prison.
Yeah, to be honest, when you say it like that, it makes it sound like there's a lot of death in your past. But I mean, let's be honest. There's
Well, I can't help it, can I? You know.
well, people
Like,
at least it's not you, right? So.
Oh, yet, you know, people have tried.
Okay, so his dad's dead.
Yeah.
Oh, when did that happen?
You got some Scottish nutter in the prison. Said he was doing it for Quango. Shanked him in the showers.
Was his name Jack Jester?
It's a long story. It's a long story, and I know I ain't been the best these last couple of months, and I've got a lot of making up to do.
Why, his mum? Is his mum still alive?
That's who brought him up. Yeah.
What was he in prison for?
He killed Quango.
Jesus. Yeah. Like I said. I like
Almost
the
like I
idea
should
of
have sent you the story before we started.
I like the idea of the Gentry Dean name, but when you put it like that, both members of the team are considered to be killers in the ring. One of them convicted.
Well, you know, they say if you've been they say if you want to be killers, you want to talk about killers in the ring. Well, we kill the opponents, don't we? Not literally.
Yeah, but it'd be like me putting Bis Kenwar in a match.
Who dat?
Well, you know,
Bis Kenwar. You know,
we've got all the gentry gear. So you know, if you want us to do it, we'll do the gentry.
That happened a long time ago, and nobody knows of it over here, so it should be okay. Yeah.
Hardly anybody over it. Hardly anybody over here will get the ref.
But if you get cancelled for it, you're taking the heat.
I've already killed once. How much
What?
more cancelling can they do?
Response.
Okay,
Are you threatening
everyone?
No,
It's official. Sterling's a felon.
What I'm
You
saying
big
is,
dummy.
what I'm saying is, how much more cancelling can these idiots on the internet do? They already call me a murderer.
Yeah, what I'm trying to say
They can't.
What I'm trying to say is this is supposed to be your redemption. So maybe tying your name to your old partner who's a murderer might not be the best idea.
Just because they say you're a killer doesn't mean it's true.
Yes, but in his dad's case, he was.
I happen to believe Kenny was wrongfully convicted.
Okay, what happened then?
Quango was going to America. He was supposed to drop the belt.
Oh, he was the guy who was acting like Charles is now. Right, yes, I remember.
Yes, he was supposed to drop the belt, but he rolled the young lad up, and he held him down.
Yeah.
Kenny was the locker room leader, and he went out to go and get the belt back for Brian. I don't quite know what happened, but they had a fight, and Kenny was nicked for it.
Right, okay. He just beat him and went too far. Got it, okay.
Kenny went to get the belt, and they had a fight. That's all I know.
It is coming back to me now, like you said it.
Kenny Kenny was locked up, and I've never told anyone this bit before, but I'll tell you this bit. The night before Kenny died, I got a visiting order for the prison, and I came up to the prison, and I sat there, the other side of that glass window, and he said to me, I ain't got long, Ollie. They've told me they're coming for me tonight. I need you to look after the kid. I need you to make sure that the kid does well. The next day he was killed.
They killed Kenny.
He told me that day that it was a relative of Quango who was in the nick and said they were going to take him out. He didn't. The only person
Quango
he told
was
was me.
Scottish.
And that was this, and that's all I know. The next day, it's reported across the papers that Kenny Edwards were killed.
Those bastards.
I've spent the entirety of this kid's life making sure that everything goes all right for him.
Right.
I had that brief period after I let some of the stuff that Freak was saying get into me head, and for that matter,
I thought it was. You're supposed to be an angle, but you're not supposed to work yourself into a shoot.
For that matter, I let things get on top of me. I let my head lead.
Right.
And
so in playing that you were done with your career, you mentally started acting more like.
I mentally
you started
checked out,
and that's why you sandbagged Onyx that time.
And I've sorted that, and I have spoken to him in private about that.
Right. Okay. All right.
But I feel I owe you an apology for that.
Well,
so,
made up for it last week. It's fine. Or 2 weeks ago, I should say. Yeah. No, it's fine.
But like,
on one condition, I think you should tell that story as part of the introduction to him. You should come out and say that with one twist.
Right.
Don't mention his name, just because that will lead people to look it up and find it out, and then they'll say, "Oh, it's disrespectful to use the Gentry team name and all that kind of stuff." But just say your friend died, and I teamed with him for many years, and here's his son.
Yeah. Okay.
But the one thing I want you to change in the story when you do it as a promo is the thing he said to you the night before he was killed was his dying wish was for you to train his son as a wrestler.
Okay.
Maybe that's going a bit too far, but to me that's...
So you want me to drop the bit? You want me to drop the bit where he knew he knew they were coming for him?
Yeah, you can say that, but just say his dying wish was one day when his son was old enough you train him as a wrestler, and then you bring him out.
Sure, I can do that.
Like, I know, obviously, some people might be like, "Oh, it's disrespectful to use death as a storyline," but you know,
at the end of the day, it happened.
Yeah.
It happened.
Your whole heel character was based on you being a murderer. That's why I booked you. I'm not opposed to heat.
Well, you know, if Rough Remedy can't get their act together, then you've got a potentially solid tag team. You know, if you want it.
Get their act together. You know it's a work, right?
Yeah, obviously, but I mean, you know.
You mean if they don't end up being back together? I think that's.
Yeah,
I think the end goal is they're going to get back together.
Pretty sure they'll kiss and make up, right?
And sort of eventually, maybe. I think that's why they're going. But it depends on the crowd reaction and everything else. But I think that's why we're going in the story.
Yeah.
But who knows? You know, it's all wrestling changes on a dime these days. You know.
Yeah. Well. I better go and
look.
I better go
Oliver,
and get Casey ready.
Oliver, just I need you to do something for me. Just
Okay.
look in the mirror and tell yourself it's a work. Okay? You get way too involved in this fucking storylines and making it all real.
That's how it used to be back in the day. I know it's different now, but we were taught, we were brought up.
There was a guy
through the
from
business.
Yorkshire pretending to be Japanese.
Yeah, well, that was Kendo, wasn't it? You know, he did what he did. Anyway, I'm sure you've got to go over the ladder match. So I'll leave you be.
Yeah. I'll let you know the finish later.
Sterling goes back to the locker room.
Anything anybody else wants to do backstage?
If I may, I'd like to. Oh, you go ahead first, Travis. Sorry.
Travis just pokes his head in and says, "Hey, boss, you got a sec?"
Yeah.
So
Don't worry,
Onyx
this is
isn't
plastic.
here. Wasn't worried. Now I am. But so Onyx, we were supposed to do the whole thing. I jumped him after he won the belt.
Yeah.
He's not here.
Yeah.
Are we playing off that?
He had a booking in Mexico, or at least that's what he told me.
Okay, so do we play it off that like I assaulted him and
just
like
you beat him down so badly he's not here this week. So like probably before the tag match would have you cut a promo saying, what a pussy of a champion, he didn't show up because I gave him such a beating last week. That's what those pretty boy champions are all like. They're all muscles and showbiz, and then as soon as they get pushed in the face, they call in sick to work.
Okay. Works for me. Just wanted to make sure that's what we're still doing. So.
Okay.
All right, cool. Then you leave.
Okay. I'd like to try to get Sterling aside for just a moment and basically just kind of quietly say to him, "You want the Lord back? Do you want to do the idea I offered?"
Sure, let's do it.
Boy, that sounded like you're offering him religion then. Do you want the Lord back in your life?
I just start doing this instead.
Sorry, carry on.
Let's start with you and me in the ring. And I know I said you should punch me after I say it, but the more I think about it, go for something bigger. I mean, break normal psychology. Don't build up to something. I mean, maybe not a pile driver, but what do you want to do? Like something that would be bigger and surprising.
I don't know.
Because I'll say my bit, you say you're damn right, and you BAM! And then I'll powder out to Travis, and he can really start the match.
We'll work something out on the fly.
Sounds good.
You and I have done this dance many times. We can make it look good.
Okay. That's all I wanted.
Jack, Bruiser. Anything you guys want to do backstage?
So Jack actually is sitting in the locker room with his headphones on, and he's not talking to anybody. The last match actually really did mess with him.
Can't hear you, Carl.
Sorry, I didn't press the mute button hard enough. Jack, Bruiser, are you going to attempt to talk to Jack?
At this point, pretty much after the match, neither me, Jack, or Nova were either speaking to each other for a while.
Not even you and Nova?
Nova was pissed at me for taking...
Yeah, Nova
she was pissed at me for taking his title.
Oh,
for him taking the belt because neither Jack or Nova knew he was going to do that.
So, is she not speaking to you still now? She's ghosting.
She's probably talking to him, but it's very clear you're in the doghouse.
How long was she ghosting you for?
Pretty much since
2 days
after that happened. 3 days, yeah.
She would have, because of how Nova is, she was doing damage control to Jack. Because Jack was furious. Jack has actually not spoken to Bradley, but has started speaking to Nova again. Because, like I said, Jack had no idea his belt was going to get taken from him, so he is not very happy.
It was something that happened on the fly. The emotions were high. I wasn't thinking clearly at that time.
And Nova understands that now, after she got Jack calmed down.
Of course, Jack doesn't understand, and he hasn't spoken to me in 3 days. He still won't talk to me.
No, Jack hasn't spoken to you essentially, like, since the last recording.
Yeah, so he still won't talk to me.
Yeah, it's not been 3 days.
You guys will know that the ladder match, I think, obviously was the plan. That was what was scripted to be the next step. However, the whole thing of you taking the belt just added to the drama of it. So I was like, yeah, great. But Jack was like, what? Fuck off. You know.
Yeah, like I said, Jack didn't know that his belt was going to get taken that. That's why he's incredibly pissed off.
Yes.
He's still going to, of course, do the match. He's just not happy.
Which is added to the thing of now, obviously, the JM has it and Chief has them and he put them up on the...
Alright, so I'm actually going to want to find the guy that's the general manager right now.
Chief Valhammer?
Yeah.
The Native American bloke? Yeah. He's just around. He's got that kind of smart casual thing going on. He's got like a black t-shirt with like a sports coat on.
Yeah. So, hey man, can me and you talk for a second?
Yeah.
Hey, listen, man. I know last time that we were here, me and you, we didn't see eye to eye. And I may have done something that was probably not very respectful. I probably should have just given you both tag titles right then, but instead, with how emotions were running, I just dropped them. So, I want to make amends right now. I want to personally, in front of you, apologize for my actions.
Oh, it's part of the script, bro. You know, like, I was supposed to take the belts. You did it the way you did. What am I going to do? I had to bend down and pick them up. I mean, it didn't do my back any good, but other than that...
And I get that, but I'm just trying to make things right, because let's just say my other half has been pretty pissed off since that happened.
Psychology-wise, as one, as a worker, I'll just say to you, like, you're supposed to be the face in this story, so
yeah, it
kind of didn't look great for you to be disrespecting, your elder, who you're supposed to respect, and you're a general manager. Mm-hmm. It makes you look a bit like the bad guy, unless you're going for more of a Shades of Grey thing with this whole thing. But so far, it seems like you're the babyface in this story. Kinda, apart from the hidden love thing. But
yeah. But anyway, I just wanted to clear the air up with the me and you. And if you excuse me, I'm gonna try to see if this dude with the headphones is gonna at least try to talk to me for a second, at least.
Well, good luck. I tried earlier. You just gave me sort of
like
a nod.
Yeah. So I guess at this point, the only way that Jack is going to talk to me is if Nova is pretty much there, basically. Nothing.
He's not going to talk. He's pissed.
At that point, I'm just looking at Nova and like, you know what? I get he's mad. He needs to understand how high emotions were. He can be mad all he wants. And look, I love you, but you're going to have to talk to your son.
I've talked to him. The issue was that was a disrespectful move you pulled on him.
I get that, all right? What does he want me to do? Does he just want me just to let him freaking win the match? Is that what he wants?
I think he just wants to take it out on you during the match.
So do you just want me just to stand there and just let him wail on me?
No, fight him still. Just you know how he is. He's only gonna be responsive to you actually in the ring.
So in not so many words, I'm pretty much fucked with our relationship the way that happened.
It's put a damper on your two's relationship for sure, but it's all going to depend on what goes on from now.
All right. At that point, he's just going to sit down and just put his own earbuds in and just sit on the other side of the locker room just to give him space.
And while he does that, Nova will go up and go to the Booker to get the info from the tactile.
I will tell them. I'll tell her the finish. She will be the go-between. Will extort.
Yeah, she's like, they're not talking. I'm going to handle this as the proper manager.
Bradley's like, tell Jack I said. And Jack's like, tell Bruce what I said.
Nova's being the proper manager between them almost.
Unfortunately, Nova, who didn't want to be in the middle of it, is literally in the middle of it.
The one who's like, why the fuck am I involved in wrestling is deep into the wrestling now.
Everybody's working themselves into a shoot, brother. Right, okay.
But Nova will go to the Booker to find out what she's going to have to relate to the two of them.
Yeah. I can say the finish now, but obviously I don't, for people who don't want to know for the show, skip ahead, maybe a couple of minutes. It depends whether you guys would rather wait until the match to find out, or
I don't care either way. I have story.
We both have
either way.
We both have a storyline plan, but no matter what happens.
okay. Yeah. I'll keep it a surprise until we get to the finish. I'll give it a surprise. But obviously, in the game, I would have told you because wrestling. Right. Yeah. I'm trying to give away the finishes less of this bit just so there's something more surprising for the rest of the players when we play. Okay.
I mean, you can also just message me and Bradley.
Yeah,
exactly. You can either do that or just put it in the chat.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, I'll put it in the chat, although I can't do it on my PC because I'm recording. But although I suppose Tom could edit it out. Let me just do it here. Anybody else wants to do something, just have a quick conversation while I message these guys.
Mm.
Well, I'll take advantage of
squeeze away.
I'll take advantage of this to make sure I ask Rob, is there anything you want to try to do in this match? The way I'm picturing it, they're going to show surprise unity, and you and I are probably going to be probably trying to kill each other by the end of it.
Probably. But I mean,
anything in particular you want to see?
It would be interesting if we found, I don't know, we'd have to talk to Sterling. I wonder if we could use his young boy to I go for a neck breaker, you pick him up and go, no, this is how you do a neck breaker. I pick him up again.
Low key, why am I suddenly? I'm not part of this conversation. I know I'm not part of the conversation, but I'm just like, why am I suddenly picturing a Undertaker trying to teach Kane how to do the last ride?
I just said that, yeah.
That's funny.
He just overshots him and goes, no, you put him down. No, I mean, there's nothing in particular I want to see. Maybe if I can talk to one of your cult homeless extras, see if I can pile drive them in frustration.
Sure.
Just drop them. That'd be great. Because I think the way Travis, or the way I'm picturing this new I'm the hero heel character is that I'm finally starting to buy what you're selling when you're talking crap to the fans. Stuff where I'm I get it now. You guys are too stupid to understand how this works.
Yeah, I love how you're playing off that. It's like my catchphrase has been "There's no heroes here," and then you're trying to prove me wrong, and yet you're psychotic at it.
Gotta love having half my face burned off. I'm a Mikey Whipwreck of RCW.
Okay, right, sorry.
Mikey.
What am I saying about sending that message? Bloody autocorrect. I can't say what word I put that changed to a wrestler's name because I've typed it so many times. Right. Anyway, with that said, we'll go ahead and start the show. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Revolutionary Championship Pro Wrestling Implosion. Raise in the ring. This opening contest is scheduled for one fall.
One fall!
And is a tag team match. Introducing first.
Player?
Making his way to the ring. I will bring up people's hometowns. That would be a good idea before I start to do these introductions, huh?
One eternity later.
Introducing first, from Richmond, Virginia, it is The Freak.
It's false. No way. Not this time. We created it. Not this time. No, not this time. It's totally made up. Pure fiction. It's fiction. It's fiction. We made it up. We made this one up. It's a made-up tale. It's a total fabrication. It never happened. It never happened. This one was invented by a writer. Not this time. It never happened. It's false. It never happened. It's a fake. It's fiction. It's an urban legend that never happened.
Wait, he's not from Richmond. That's the wrong person.
No, you're right. He's from Grand Rapids, Michigan. I read it the wrong way round. I read Bruiser's hometown, which is above it. Let me do that again. You moved in between sessions.
Transition.
From Grand Rapids, Michigan, it is The Freak.
The curtains to the backstage area part, and a small army of very ragged-looking people start walking down the stage. The last of them holding the curtains open, and the Freak walks through in almost a mockery of, a king's dance, or maybe a fashion model, but he's trying clearly for a king. Walking down the aisle, nose in the air, a little bit of just walks to the ring and steps in. The homeless people are bowing and scraping and move. And the Freak grabs the microphone before he gets in the ring, but he does not start talking yet.
And his partner, from downtown Los Angeles, it is Hardcore Travis Knox.
So Travis comes out, and he's also got an air of faux egotistical snobbery. We're thinking
Still
about
with
our
the
former champion. Still with the mask on. So he's got the mask on, and he's just looking at people. The casual wave. I look an utter mess. I'm half burnt. I've got a mohawk that's I've gotten it dyed red, but the black is on top, so it looks singed. I'm just walking down. I've got a T-shirt on that says "The Real World Champion" in very basic white letters. And
that's your official merch.
Come down. I look at Freak, just kind of give him a snobbish, look of disgust. I see he has a microphone, so I too grab a microphone as he begins his good stuff.
You're muted, Carl, if you were talking.
Sure am. Freak, the floor is yours.
I'm going to wait for Sterling to get out to the ring to talk.
Okay, all right.
So just do it.
Hailing from Grimsby Lake. Oh, I'm sorry, I've been corrected. Hailing from Westminster, England, it is Oliver Sterling.
So Sterling comes out by himself, but you can see the air of Lord Sterling is present because he hasn't done the Lord Sterling that everybody remembers was a villain stereotype, but this version of Sterling, you can tell, feels it. He feels something. So he comes out with a microphone. He stops at the top of the ramp. Well, usually they don't like to give me one of these live microphones, because I tend to say things that people don't like to hear. Well, this time I'm doing things differently. See, this time, a bit of a story. So a long time ago, in this galaxy, not one far, far away, in good old Blighty, I was the British champion, and I lost that title to a man whose name I'd sooner not mention. He was a bit like the Freak over there. He thought he was a king amongst men too. Except he was he called himself the uncrowned king of Africa. Well, he beat me for that title. And then he decided he was going to get an ego. He decided everybody came to this show to see him, and that they didn't come to see anybody else. Reminds me of a former world champion around these parts. Used to think the sun went down when he put his arse in a chair. Well, America, this long distant, pleasant land that we find ourselves in, took notice of the new British champion and decided they were going to bring him over here, and he was going to be very much like my good friend Charles. Very much he was going to be a small fish in an absolute ocean. How you doing over there, Charles? Have you lost 3 times yet? So it came down to the locker room leader. You see, this champion, he decided he was going to walk away with the belt. So it came down to the locker room leader. Now that wasn't me in those days. Somehow I'm the locker room leader today, but back then I was just the locker room leader's tag team partner. I was his feeder. I used to build things up, and he used to hit his finish. So he went to get the belt back, and well, he ended up doing time. That's all I'll say. So one day I get a visitor's notice to Wandsworth Prison. And I go down there and I see my friend, and he's lost a ton of weight. And he looks like a man who has seen... Well, quite frankly, he looked like I did a few months ago. He looked like a man who'd been there, who'd done it. Who'd seen the darkness of people, the darkness of the world. A little bit like They were like I was a few months ago. And he said to me, he said, "Don't tell anyone," he said, "but they told me one of the guys in here, he's one of his mates, one of his relatives, and he said I ain't gonna see the weekend, and I don't want you to tell anyone." He said, "Look, all I want you to do is when my lad is 18, I want you to make him a wrestler like I was. I want you to do what I'm not gonna get to do, because I ain't gonna be here, Ollie. I'm gonna be gone. And I want you to make sure that my lad makes it in this business." And you know, ladies and gentlemen, that's why today my tag team partner, and I am so damn proud to be saying that, my tag team partner is the son of that man. That man who gave his life for the wrestling business. That man who gave everything because he was anointed as the leader of the boys. My tag team partner is his son. My tag team partner is the proto-star, Casey Edwards. And today, if you don't mind, Ray, the bit of paper I gave you backstage, please.
And his partner from Westminster, England, it is Casey Edwards.
Casey comes out. He's got his gear is like a long, the long wrestling singlet, but with tights. He's got the Union Jack all over, and his gear says the Gentry across his chest, and he's got one of Sterling's old canes. And he comes out, and the two of them they stand together, and they put their fists together, turn towards the ring, and together the Gentry rides again as they come down the ramp.
I am told, ladies and gentlemen, this team will be called the Gentry. Well, it looks like the Freak and Trevor Stokes have microphones.
As they're walking down closer to the ring and eventually getting into the ring by the end of my speech, or at least I would picture it that way. That is such a touching story, Sterling. You are so good at putting out the need for sympathy. The, "oh, woe is me, life has been so hard. Love me, love me." That's what I hear you saying. You, with your decrepit body, your ruined brain, and your young boy named after a starship from a Star Trek cartoon. It's pathetic. Now, you portray yourself as a bastion of history in this business, and yet you do not show people even the most basic respect that history should have taught anybody. Last week, in that big match where we got a new champion crowned, I admit I started things with you. Nothing wrong there. We've been playing mind games for weeks now. But what you said after you and your boy attacked me, do you remember what you said to me? You leaned down, and as you were about to throw me in the ring, you said, "Get in there and job out to Onks." I believe you said Adana. I can't pronounce that word. That shows such a lack of the respect that this business is based on. It crossed a line! And by this point, I'm getting right in Sterling's face in the ring. It is so undignified! And you call yourself a lord? And cut me off, Sterling.
You're damn right. Bang. Sterling hits him with the kind of punch that you use to take a door down.
I am a man! Follows down, rolls out the ring as you follow, and you two start brawling back and forth, leaving Travis Knox stood on with a mic in the ring across from Edwards.
What in the... I grab one of Freak's homeless people, and I just clothesline him. What kind of madness is this? Let me explain to you people, because it seems like I'm the only smart person in this ring, exactly what's going on. Okay? I'm the hero. You all cheer me.
Boo!
These people... I grab another homeless person, I deck him in the face. I am the real world champion. That's how this business works, guys. I bust my ass to uphold my family name. You people cheer me for it. My house gets burned down. I get burned to a crisp. And pick up a third one. Pile driver. You people...
The crowd are just mercilessly booing you the whole time, and there is definitely a Onyx chant starting up.
You suck.
Oh,
You suck.
Onyx? You want Onyx, huh? Well, guess what? Onyx isn't here because of me. That's how this works. I'm the one left standing. I'm the one holding the belt at the end of last week. I'm the real world champion.
No, you're not.
So, you all are going to cheer the name Travis Knox. And we're going to get back to normal. As I'm going to refine and make these two more respectable. In other words, Ollie, you two are going to witness gentrification in this ring. I drop the mic. I'm going to attempt to do a dive onto
Casey.
Freak and...
on those two on the outside? Okay.
Yeah, I'm good. Tope Suicido.
Okay, roll a body for that one.
Sorry. I'm so sorry, but the whole time I was waiting for someone to be like, "Hey, Travis, where's your house?"
Hey, Travis, where's your house?
Fourth homeless person from the Freak gets headbutted.
Okay, roll a body for your Tope.
All right, what am I rolling on this one?
Body.
Body.
Athletic.
All right, that's an 8.
Right, yeah, you succeed. Going through the middle ropes, down onto them both, taking them both out. As Casey Edwards is just stood in the ring like, fuck it.
Yeah.
He's going to jump over. Unless you want to control what he does, Tom. It's up to you.
I mean... Do you want to run him or do you want me to run him?
Well, you do character. Like, I was going to do it the same way that I do it with Nova, where I do the actions, but you do like the speaking.
Okay, well, he's gonna throw himself over the top rope onto him.
He just looks at the crowd, does like that, and then runs and jumps off on a springboard. So, have you got the stats, Tom? I need you to roll a body.
I have. Yeah, sure.
How well you do this is what he does.
Yeah, okay.
He will have more momentum because he is a starting character.
Yeah.
That one momentum and one crowd.
Yeah, that was a 5.
Oops.
He hasn't got any stat. He hasn't got very good stats.
It's got one momentum, but even that will make it a success. It would still be a bot. So he shrugs at the crowd. He runs towards the ropes, jumps on them. Unfortunately, gets his foot caught on the top rope, and comes down straight on his head on the floor, and knocks himself out.
Oh shit! Poor Casey.
Can I attempt to scoop myself over at the last second to catch him?
Did you want to go catch him? Okay. Roll body then. Yeah.
Oh man.
See if you can catch him for breaking
Okay,
himself.
so I have a 0 on body, but I rolled an 11.
Well, okay, it's like in slow motion. Just jump. See this happening. Oh God, he's gonna die, and you jump in the way, and as his head is coming down towards the outside, you just get in the way to make it look like he's jumped on you, but in fact you have literally just grabbed him and pulled him onto you to catch him.
It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. Shake it up. We're good. We're good.
Low key, I can hear the fans up front. Gotcha, mania.
I would say because Travis rolled a crit, he covered for it so much that it didn't even look like a botch. They could tell that he tripped, but it did in fact it was like a Sabu botch where it's not quite what you intended, but it looked like you hit it kind of sort of in the end. So yeah, you grab him onto you. You get 1 momentum for that, Travis, because you got a crit there. So I think you're on 2, unless you obviously got crowd effects now. In fact, I want all of you who were doing promos there to roll luck for me. 3 of you. I always forget to do that for promos.
Must be the day for. Go ahead.
Mine was a 9 because I've got a luck modifier. So
okay, 9
must be the day for the number 11. I got 11.
Plus, Rob says he's got 8.
Okay. Yeah, you're muted, Rob. By the way.
Yeah, no, it's all good. I got 8.
Okay. So yeah, you all succeed. You all get +1 audience from the promo. +1 heat with your opponents if you can. So I mean, with Casey, that would be no, because you didn't got any promos on Casey, so not Casey. But
Casey didn't say anything.
But with each other. But the Freak, you got a crit success, so you're going to get a momentum as well from the promo.
Sounds good. That puts me at 3 momentum, unless you consider this match having a stipulation. I don't think it does.
No, it's just a regular match. So, as Travis catches Casey, eventually you guys are now all down on the floor on the outside. Travis, you are in control as the referee starts counting 1.
All right, so Travis gets up, and he kind of makes it so I grab Casey, so that way me and him both get up at the same time, and I'm just grab my head.
He is freaking out the fact that he almost killed himself on his first move.
Yeah.
You're good. You're alive. Feel your fingers, feel your toes. You're good. You're good. Just roll me into the ring. I'm going to roll myself into the ring.
Yeah. He'll follow you in.
Yeah, he'll follow. And as I kind of help myself to, I'm like, okay, now just focus. I'm going headbutt him.
Okay.
I'm gonna start laughing like I did last week.
Well, I want you and Casey to roll work.
So I rolled an 8, but I have a -1 in work, so that's a 7.
Casey
success.
Roll. Bollocks. I've got a -1 on work, so Casey rolled a 4.
So, as you go to do this headbutt, unfortunately, he has still not quite got his sea legs on to understand that well, he doesn't move his head in time, and you legit shoot headbutt him in the head hard. You both feel the impact hard as you full on headbutt him, and both of you are busted open halfway.
Oh man, that's a nice visual with the mask.
He full stumbles back like a bit loopy.
Shake it off, and I start feeling the blood drip.
So just because this is a tag match, obviously I will state because you guys got in the ring first, you guys are going to be the legal men. These two are going to be the illegal men, but they're still fighting on the outside. But the referee's not counting because they're the illegal people. They're partners at the minute.
Gotcha. So I'm going to take the blood off the mask and just start laughing at it. Start rubbing it on my chest. The shirt has come off at this point. Just start rubbing it on my chest, and I'm going to stalk towards the corner, and I'm going to start putting the boots to him. And I imagine this is a corner where Sterling can see as they're getting up.
So you guys on the outside. Meanwhile, you guys have both got up on the outside, and like 2 referees have come between you and are forcing you to get back to your corners now to start the actual tag match of this. To get into the corners. Are you complying?
Yeah.
Freak, are you complying?
Because
eventually, making a show of trying to not comply, but right before the line's crossed, yes.
Sterling's noticed that the kid needs help.
You look in the ring.
Like, I'm gonna get back.
Casey, looking not worse for the wears, looks like he's kind of a little out on his feet and bleeding from above his eyebrow. So something has clearly happened that was not supposed to happen, or Travis Knox has, shot on him. One of the 2 things has happened. I don't know whether you can interpret whether it was an accident or not, but
So
for all you know, Travis has just Bradshawed him.
Yeah.
So I'm going to put the boots to him, and I'm going to grab him by the hair. And before cameras can get over, I'm just going to say, "Now I'm going to throw you toward Sterling. Just tag him in. Take a breather." And as the cameras come in, I'll be like, "I'm trying to save you from him." And push him into the turbo. "Don't you know what he did to me? I'm trying to be your hero." And I look at Sterling and I smile. And
Sterling reaches over and taps the shoulder for the tag.
Okay, yeah. You come in, Casey gets out and tries to regain the fogginess from the headbutt as you come in as the legal man, Sterling. And I'm going to say, okay, see control, yeah. Sterling comes in control, yeah.
Sterling locks up, and while they're sort of having a pushing match, Sterling's like, "What the bloody hell happened?"
"I don't know, but he almost broke his neck, man."
Kids full of piss and vinegar. You know what they're like. And then a back and forth hockey fight.
Okay, yeah.
We'll have a hockey fight because we've got a genuine beef,
Yeah, the crowd are getting into it. They're rising. Yeah, boo, yeah, boo, yay! Surprisingly, lots of yays for Sterling with the boo yays.
Yeah.
Some people are even chanting for Sterling now. You're technically still in control.
Sterling gets the upper hand at a point and sort of grabs hold of Travis and I can't remember what the move's called, but like bodies like a body
A
slam.
Beal. Like
What?
like a Keith Lee
Well,
corner.
not over the shoulder, just like literally grabs hold of you and just puts you down on your back, like
belly to belly.
That is belly to but without going up, up and over.
Belly to side, not the side.
Belly to side thing. Yeah, slams him down
like a belly to Bailey, but like Bailey's.
Yeah. He looks to try and do the finish that he wanted to try and do in the match last week, but didn't, but failed. So as he slams Trav down, he says he whispers to him, "Move," and then Sterling comes off the ropes to drop his considerable weight onto Travis with a belly flop.
Okay, you're gonna go for the big splash.
And I'm gonna concede on the proviso that Travis moves.
Right. So in that case, I'm gonna have Travis. You roll. Well, it'd be kind of like a dexterity thing, I guess. So I guess the closest thing is body.
All right, I have 0 in that, so this will be good.
If this doesn't work, I owe you some new ribs. Sterling's coming down, whether you like it or not.
Ladies and gentlemen, it has been an honor playing Travis Knox.
Killed him.
It's been. I want to thank Carl for letting me play because
Oh no!
A crit failure,
no.
which means, as with any roleplay game rules,
Oh no!
when you get double snake eyes, you cannot use momentum to even succeed. Not that you probably have enough to even do so.
Have I just won the match by accident?
Well, here's what I'm going to have happen. Sterling,
I've just hit a legit daddy splash.
Yeah. Sterling, can you roll a work for me?
Yes.
I imagine this is what it feels like to be the Jake the Snake with Earthquake in the ring.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh no.
Oh, that's all right. That's okay. Oh boy. That was a 12 with my modifier.
Oh.
Just saved you, man.
So, you see as you're up there gracefully, incredibly gracefully, as you're coming down, you see, oh fuck, he's not moving. And you at the last second are able to adjust to make it a worked body slam. So you land on him.
I land on my knees and my elbows.
So you basically do like a thing where you land on your knees and your elbows and don't put all your body weight on him. But it looks devastating. The whole ring like shakes and moves a centimeter.
I bite my tongue just enough to draw a little bit of blood to come out of my mouth afterwards.
Okay. So you're selling that like death, and with that crit success, that's a momentum for you, Sterling. And I guess you're gonna go for a pin.
Yeah, I'm gonna cover him, banking on Freak to break it up, please.
Oh yeah, I'll dive in and elbow drop on top of you.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for. A nice big elbow to the small of my back.
2.
What?
Freak
elbow.
Freak roll work.
Okay. Let's see. 6, 7, 8. 8 plus 0. 8.
Yep, successfully. Boom! Drop an elbow over him to break up the cover. The referee yells at you, get out, and backs you up towards your corner and yells at you to get out of the ring. 1, 2, 3. I imagine eventually you do so.
Yeah, I'll probably try to throw a kick at Sterling while he's down, but yeah.
Okay.
The referee
Yeah,
backs
Sterling
me out.
rolls off, selling from the elbow, I'd imagine. Both men are down in the ring.
Yeah. Ultimately, from that elbow, because of the position I was in, Travis has also effectively taken that elbow. Because I was sort of on top like this.
Travis is already selling like he's been pancaked. So both of them at this point, both of you were flat out in the ring.
Yeah.
And then the referee does that thing where he starts counting you both down, and then the crowd will start. Clapping as you both turn over, and you both start going towards your corners for the hot tags.
Yeah.
Casey has recovered enough to be on the ropes, holding out his arm.
Yeah.
And imagine Freak's doing the same thing on the other side as you both go into each other's corners.
Yep.
This is the thing they used to do a lot in tag matches. They don't do it that much anymore.
Hot tag, I love them.
It was a staple of
the hot tag, the hot tag, and as the hot tag with the old what I call the old British indie thing of the partners going bang 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 on the side and helping him get up.
That house show where he was like
the as close to hulking up as you can without actually hulking up.
The whole thing, the crowd are chanting and start clapping and stomping, as eventually you both leap and tag in. Both the partners come in. Freak, you and Casey run towards each other, and I'm going to give control to the player, so it's going to be Freak in control.
Out of respect for normal psychology, I will actually concede to KC.
Okay.
Because typically the face would come in hot, and then I'll cut him off at some point.
Yeah. He's going to do that. He's going to do that thing where hits you, go down. Hits you, go down. Feed. Eventually, then he's going to go off the ropes and do a drop kick. And I'm going to have you roll a body for that one, Tom.
Sure.
Please don't fall flat on your face, Casey, from your first drop kick.
Please, I've literally scripted a spot I want to do to try to make you look good.
That's all right. That was a 9.
A 9. Boom! Perfect drop kick. It sends Freak back into the ropes, and then Casey's gonna get up and do that kind of like, come on thing to the crowd, like young boy thing.
Because all Casey knows is leisure centres in England wrestling. He's doing like the holiday camp, the holiday camp special.
He's doing
that's all he knows.
Clap, spinning, doing all this stuff.
He's doing the full on.
Right, and then you tell me. Would he have a super kick as a signature move?
You're damn right he would.
Yeah, he's a young athletic wrestler in 2025. Yeah, he's got the DDT and the super kick. It's just
he's a young athletic wrestler in 2025 in a world where those fellas from Rancho Cucamonga exist.
Well, at least
he knows
a version of them. At least
a version of them.
Yeah. So he's going to go
Generation U.
Yeah, Generation U. I want you to roll. What a super kick would be. I'm trying to think of what stat it applies to. Work.
I wish it wasn't work. Is there anything?
I mean, body is it's. I'm just thinking it's like he's not really athletic, although I guess it is to get your leg up that much. Yeah, go on, roll a body, because I can't think of another stat it really applies to be honest.
Okay.
This is the only thing with it being a really simple system. It's like fucking who knows.
8.
Okay, boom! It's a super kick.
For what it matters, I'd like to spend a momentum at that point to try to
catch it.
Yep.
Okay. He's gonna kick, do the super kick. You're gonna do the full-on catch it, or you're gonna do like the spin thing.
Basically, gonna spin him, catch him in a DDT.
Okay. Roll a work for a DDT. That is a wrestling move.
And for once, I hope I do really good, because I'm leading into a spot that I want to try to make him look really good. So Roll nice.
You should have a bunch of momentum as a modifier, so unless you roll double ones.
Crap. 7's the success rate, right?
Yeah.
Okay, 3, 4, 5. What did you say again? Work?
Yes.
I got 5, but if I spend both my 2 remaining momentum...
Well, how much momentum did you come in the match with? What's your audience score at the moment?
I came in with 3.
You came in with 3. You got
2 momentum from audience and 1 from...
from
some statistic. I forget what it is.
Yeah. So you came in with 3. You spent 1, which you have 2. So you could spend your 2 remaining momentum to make that a success.
I will do that.
Okay. Boom. Nailing with a DDT. Yeah.
Okay. So, gonna take a moment after the DDT to slow the match down for a moment, and basically kind of stalk around him as he's selling. And when he eventually gets up, I'm going to basically signal for like collar and elbow tie up.
Okay, yeah.
Tie up. I'm going to make a big show of being strong and dominant and taking a hammer lock.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to guide him into being quick and athletic and reverse the hammer lock into his own hammer lock.
Yeah.
And I'm going to stand in this and scream for a moment, selling the, hey, he's so quick. He's, wow, here I was in charge, but no, this kid's better than me.
Yeah.
And then after a, good 15, 20 seconds of screaming and selling, throw some elbows back to his face, reverse it into a fireman's carry, if I can still do a fireman's carry with 0 momentum. That's the one problem in my plan. I'm not sure if that would be considered complex or not.
He's only little, so he's not. Yeah. It's not like he's picking Sterling up.
I thought you're just doing like a drop down knee thing, right? You're not doing the full on Death Valley.
Yeah, basically just dropping at my knee and
so long as you don't do it as like a Death Valley driver, you can do it. Yeah, that's fine.
Yep. It's a move I did all the time.
Yeah.
So, fireman's carry and lead it into an arm bar, and basically going to give him the chance to stretch for the ropes and connect with the fans as I'm screaming at the audience like, Protostar! Really? This loser gets a cool name? Trash talking until he dramatically gets to the ropes, and then I will pass to him.
Okay. He is going to get up, make a shove. You're just yelling at him, Protostar.
Oh, yeah. He's in an arm bar, but
he's going to full on, out of nowhere, Shawn Michaels super kick you. Roll body, Tom.
Ooh.
Yeah, okay. 5.
Any momentum?
1.
Came in with 1. No.
I've only got the 1. You haven't given me any more.
No, because he's a basic character still.
Good.
Well, that would have been a good spot, but unfortunately, he goes to do the super kick.
Can he just miss the super kick with the?
It is classified at the bottom. Yeah, he goes for it.
Because it's the high botch.
Unfortunately, he doesn't get his leg up high enough, and it's more like sweet shin music.
Sweet gut music.
He kind of just whiffs past your knee, and it's like, oh, and you have to take Control Freak to some of the crowd start booing.
Okay, they're booing him. Oh, crap. Okay. Well, my first instinct is to try to sell the hell out of it, but that's not going to help him. So I'm going to actually no-sell the kick to the knee and grab him, back him into a corner, and bash his head in. Bash his head again. Turn him around. Chops. Gonna act like I'm going for that titty twister I've gone before so many times before.
Mm.
And then I'm just going to punch him in the face.
Okay. Yep. That's fine.
Yep. I'm at 0 momentum, so I'm just...
No, they're all basic strikes. You could do that. That's fine.
Yep. Let's see. Gonna light him up with some abdomen shots.
Mm-hmm.
And then lift him up onto the top turn. So he's sitting on the top turnbuckle. I'm gonna make it look like I'm preparing to basically get him up there and then like turn and powerbomb him. But instead, I'm gonna pass to him at that point to cut me off.
Right, so you're gonna go like you go for a powerbomb.
Gonna basically have him sitting on the top
yeah. So I'm going to have him reverse it into a Hurricane Rana. Tom, roll body.
Okay. 7.
Yes!
He finally succeeds and sends Freak flying with a Hurricane Rana, jumps up, leaps over, and tags you in, Sterling. As now, finally the two rivals stare off at each other as you come into the ring slowly.
Have I got control? Yeah. So Sterling just goes nose to nose with Freak because these guys have got a history, and they're sort of they're talking things over whilst making it look like they're having a shouting match, basically. And then Sterling just nuts him, goes in for a headbutt.
Okay.
Proper two blokes down the pub nose to nose, and then one of them just goes bang.
Well,
Boop.
I did it for the others two earlier. I'm gonna have to do both of you roll work.
Both of us. Okay.
8.
I like this as a new rule.
3, 6. I got 6.
Yes, my balls.
No, not that kind of nut. I meant a headbutt, Bradley.
Oh, I thought you meant cup check.
No. Sorry, I'm using British slang, and
Nutting means you headbutting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Glasgow kiss. Okay, what did you roll?
Yeah, Carl knew what I meant. I rolled an 8.
What did you roll, Freak?
6.
You got no momentum to change. Okay, you successfully pull off your headbutt and are fine, Sterling. However, Freak doesn't get his head all the way out the way in time and takes the headbutt for real.
Oh, please tell me I'm busted.
I'm going to say you busted open halfway above your eyebrow. Yeah.
Yes!
Same as the other two, yeah. As you go down and are knocked loopy from this shoot headbutt. Just like...
Oh, yeah, I'll go down and start mauling myself, trying to make it even worse.
Yeah. Full on just shoot headbutted you.
While, so, Freak go...
Bit Foley for real.
Control. So Freak goes down, and while he's gigging, Sterling is taking some of KC's stuff, and he's doing the revving the crowd up thing, because he's also playing the indie British thing. So he's sort of revving the crowd, and for once in his time in RCW, the crowd are completely on board with it, and
clapping and stomping.
Yeah. The kids are going nuts. The parents are like, calm down, stop it. While he's sort of, mean what, which gives and he ultimately turns his back to the Freak, and I'm going to concede, because there's the mistake. You don't turn your back on a man like the Freak.
Okay, seeing this, the Freak is going to just run up behind with a big old double axe handle. Try to knock him to the ground. Place several stomps, just hard stomps, of eyeballing Casey in the corner. Eventually I'll scream, "This bloated whale is your mentor? I pity you, boy." And, let's see. Stomp. Eventually get you into a corner. And, God, it's hard to understand what would be a major move and what would not be. I hate having zero momentum.
Anything that involves carrying, lifting, slamming, anything like that is all complex moves, I would say. Anything that could be a finisher.
Okay, well, get him backed into a corner, plant my heel in his throat, and just lean on the ropes like I'm choking him with my boot for as long as the referee lets me.
Yeah, you will get to the count of 5, referee.
Yep. And then when the referee backs me away, Sterling starts getting up. I'll kind of charge into the corner and bite his forehead like, what do you want to do? And I'll pass.
So Sterling comes out the corner with a forearm to get Freak back. At this point, I'd like to think the referee's given an indication that we need to wrap up.
Mm-hmm.
So Sterling clobbers Freak, knocks him back. Tag to KC, who goes to the top.
Okay, yeah.
Am I still doing this one?
What would you tell me what you want to do, and I'll
I want to do that cool. I want to do that cool spot where the guy comes off the top, is aided by his larger partner.
Throw him into a crossbody, basically.
Onto the downed Freak.
Okay, yeah. What, like he comes off your shoulders?
So he comes off the rope, and as he comes off the rope, Sterling sort of hands on his belly and brings him down.
Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to have both you and Casey roll with no modifiers apart from momentum. Roll individually.
Sterling rolled a 10. And Casey rolled a 7.
Good.
With no mods.
Okay. Come down perfectly. Boom! Nail him in the ring. On the outside, Travis.
I'm just seeing what Casey's thing does on the finish.
Travis, you see this go down. You sense that if you don't get in the ring, this will be the end of the match. What would you like to do?
So, Casey comes off the top, rocket launcher style, lands on Freak. I am then going to. So I'm picturing, if it's all right, is that Casey does kind of an RVD frog splash sell. Like he lands on top, rolls to the other side. I'm immediately, as he goes to the pin, and Oliver is like, I'm going to get halfway in the ring and drag Casey out.
Yeah.
I now.
Wait, it's what's happening. He's going to cover 1, 2, and then you grab his leg and pull him off, and then drag him out the ring.
Yes.
Actually, I know things went on, but I think with a 10, I can force the win.
Yeah, that's fine. But I want Rob to be involved.
Okay, I was going to say because with a 10, I can force the win according to Sterling's sheet. So
yeah, don't worry. This is leading to the finish. I know.
Oh yeah, no, you'll win. Trust me.
Okay.
Freak out. Sterling, celebrate. I'm grabbing his protege, and I would like to use my 2 momentum and attempt a rampage, which is Page's cradle DDT on the outside.
Yeah, all right, yeah. Roll for it. That will be a work. That's a wrestling move, yeah.
Oh, God, please. I don't want to cripple this guy. I just want a cool heel moment. Okay. We're good. It's an 8.
Boom. Nail him. Down.
So I nail him.
So he's down on the floor of the outside as the crowd are booing you.
and then I'm going to roll him back in the ring, toss him, get in the ring, and I'm going to help Freak up. And I'm going to look at Sterling, who I assume has turned at this point.
Yeah.
And we have an intense stare down. And as I grab Freak and I help him up, I'm going to say, no heroes? And I'm going to double arm DDT Freak.
Okay. Roll of work.
Okay. 7.
Boom. Nail him with
I
the
rolled an
double
8
DDT.
minus 1 to 7.
Sterling, you're stood there confused as Travis turns his partner and presumes then you leave.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm good. As I'm walking up the ramp, I'm looking at the remaining homeless people going, I'm the hero. There is a hero. I'm the hero. I'm the hero.
And
where's your house, Travis?
the referee will get Sterling out of the ring. Sterling protested, imagine. What the hell has just happened? But while this happens in the ring, Casey just flops an arm over onto the Freak. 1, 2, 3. The winners of the match, the Gentry.
So obviously Sterling picks him up, gets him up, and he slumps. Casey sort of slumps his arm round Sterling like when you're helping your drunk friend home after the pub, you know. Sterling gets hold of one of the ringside microphones while he's still holding Casey up, and he just says, I said the Gentry rides again. Regardless of how tonight ends, we're coming for those belts, children. Drops the mic.
The crowd cheer. As in the ring, Freak, you waken to realise what just happened, and the fact that you essentially were beaten by this rookie.
I'm going to take it a step further and direct the homeless cultists that are still standing after Travis's rampage through them to actually kind of carry me out as if I'm completely dazed and lost.
Mm-hmm. You head backstage as the dust settles. Alrighty. With that said, it is the time, after a few more matches, including one where Axel wins a loser leaves town match against Sir Charles Hector, and Hector leaves the company. This is his final taping.
Whoa!
No.
Aw, I wanted to send him away. I wanted to send him away with a flea up his ass.
Goodbye.
I wanted to send him away. I was going to put my career up against him.
We come back. There's a ladder set up on both sides of the ring. Spotlight as Chief Hammer comes out with both tag team title belts. Hooks them on the apparatus, the hook, and then they get raised above the ring. Now, I'll ask this before you do the match, Scott. Do either of you want to cut promos?
There's nothing else to really say, I don't think.
No. Jack? Yeah. He's made it also clear on social media. He's
mute. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Introducing first then from Richmond, Virginia. He is one half of the RCW Tag Team Champions, The Bruiser.
It takes a few minutes for him to come out because he's still emotionally shaken up from how everything else happened last time. But he slowly makes his way out. He still has the BWF title over his shoulder. just looks at the camera, takes off the beanie cap. He still has the new hairstyle, which of course someone is not very happy about. And anyway, he just looks at the camera and says, "I'm sorry. Let's just get this done." And just slowly makes his way down to the ring, slaps a few hands, and hands off his other title, and just waits.
Hey, Carl. Can Jack run in as Bruiser's going down the ring to attack him from behind?
Absolutely.
Or do I need to spin a momentum for that?
Nah, fuck it. Yeah.
Yeah, no, Jack comes running out and ready in gear, and he's just running up and just Superman punches Bradley from behind.
Right. In that case, Jack, you are starting in control. It's an ODQ match. The bell rings as you are beating down Bruiser down the aisleway.
Jack, once Bruiser's down, he's gonna grab him and start slamming him into the railing as well.
Okay.
As they're making their way down the ring, like he'll just slam into the right, then walk down, slam into the other side, and then once they get to the ring, he's gonna he's gonna do his best to throw him into the ring because of the size difference.
Okay, for the size difference, I'm gonna have you roll body.
That's fine. Because guess what? I realize advancing Nova with any feats is pointless. Because her one skill is only beneficial for Bruiser. So,
okay.
Jack now has a 1 in body. I just rolled an 11.
Nice.
Damn.
You throw him into the ring to the point that you didn't realize how hard, and he almost slides all the way out to the other side. But he stops himself. You will gain a momentum for that because that is a crit. And I
3 momentum.
And then I assume you roll into the ring after him.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm gonna springboard into the ring.
Okay.
We forget Jack is jumpy and flippy. This is a good match for Jack. His ladder match. Mm-hmm. He's then once he's in the ring. What is the chances of Bruiser being rolling himself near a ladder?
The ladders are currently like on either side of the outside. You know, like when you play it on 2K.
Oh, so there's no ladder in the ring.
There's no ladder in the ring at the minute. They're both like set up.
No, they're pretty much on the outside, so just standing straight up on the outside.
Okay. I'm trying to think.
I mean, you could throw him over the top rope into one of them.
Yeah, I could. Well, because I wanted Jack to do flippy things. I'm like, yeah, he's gonna try to throw him over the top ring into the ladder.
Okay, so you come down off your springboard into the ring, onto your feet, grab him and then toss him body again then.
Yes.
Which is a +1 now.
Yes, it is. And it's wonderful because I rolled a 9, so it's now a 10.
Oh, for God's sake. This man's gonna freaking kill me.
You flip over and you're like back first, upside down. Bruiser takes out the ladder and you fall down onto the ladder as it collapses and folds, and Bruiser, you land on top of it on the floor, on the mats. That definitely hurt. Yep. Jack, another momentum.
Yay!
The crowd are fully on your side now.
And then...
So, Bruiser, just to context, so there's like the ringside mats where the ladder is. The ladder is now folded and on its like side. Bruiser is on top, laying on top of the ladder.
So it's in the A-frame position with Bruiser on top.
Yeah.
God, it was...
Like he's laying on it like it's a bed.
And now remember via our storyline, I broke my back in a freaking match, so be careful.
That's why I'm like, God damn it.
That's why I said this man's trying to freaking paralyze me now.
He's laying on it. You could do a high fly move onto him on the ladder.
He was gonna essentially what I was thinking. He's gonna essentially like jump onto the high rope and go launch himself to flip on top of Bruiser.
Like a senton or a 450?
Senton.
Okay, senton is the forward flip. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that will be body then, yeah.
Oh my god.
How much momentum do you have, by the way, Bruiser, at the minute? Because you come in with one, unless you've got a modifier for audience. How much audience do you have at the minute?
Right now, from the last one that carried over, I should have 2.
You only you always start every game with 1 momentum, unless your audience says otherwise.
So this is what.
I'm at 4 audience, so I started with 1 momentum already. Yeah,
2 momentum with 4 audience. It should be.
So this is what's. I rolled a 6 and I made him a momentum of 7.
Yeah.
So I spent a momentum. So that way, Jack doesn't kill himself on the ladders too, or make Bruiser worse.
Yeah.
So it's a barely successful swanton he does on it.
The question I was asking that was, do you want to spend a momentum to move out of the way, or are you letting this move hit? But you'll be down to one momentum if you do.
My answer was going to depend on his roll, because if he rolls something freaking high, then yes, I was going to spend
Okay, he just hits it normally, then yeah, that's fine. Yeah, it comes off, that's fine. Just flip, boom, nails you on the outside, and...
Because I was about to say, if this man rolls a freaking plus 10 again, I'm going to freaking move and make him break his own damn back.
So here's how I envision it. Jack flips off, springboards down into a center, down the ladder, and basically almost like stands up straight from it and like high fives. So, no, you're not face anymore.
He can high five his literally his partner, because I would have it. His partner would be in the audience,
just
watching and supporting their boyfriend. So everyone then sees him, goes over to somebody who looks like NXT UK Rhea Ripley, but with more facial piercings, and they high five, and then he goes back over to Bruiser, and that's when I'm also going to concede control to Bruiser.
All right, okay.
Yeah, you Bruiser. Jack is temporarily been distracted by going over to his partner. He's coming back towards you as you stand up, feeling a bit worse for wear.
Yeah, but thankfully, as he's coming back, he's going to immediately come around the ring to a massive clothesline to come right down onto... I'm going to make sure he lands down on the mat so he doesn't hit the ladder at all.
Oh, you're being safe. I thought you were just going to hook the ladder on 2K style.
You know what?
That's more a Jack.
Let's do that then.
That's 100% more a Jack move towards a man who has trauma towards ladders.
Yeah, but no. Since you mentioned that, I'm gonna go freaking Terry Funk style. As soon as he runs around, I'm gonna have the ladder on my freaking shoulders to just go.
Oh yeah.
So hold on. I'm actually gonna call a logistics question on that because of the size difference.
Mm-hmm.
Because that is something Jack. It would barely hit Jack unless you actually leaned in to hit him. Because if you're just standing there doing this, you're going to miss Jack.
I'm going to kind of have like my knees squatted down so I can at least make it look like that I'm trying to hit him.
Okay.
Because I was about to say, if you're going to do that, you're missing Jack without a doubt. If you want to hit him, you got to lean down to hit him.
Bruiser, you're rolling real. Okay. Jack, I want you to roll work so that this doesn't go badly. Because you are running full speed into him and may or may not know this is his plan.
10.
Okay.
And what was I rolling? Real?
Yeah.
And my real is now a 1, so that with that 10, that makes that an 11 now.
Okay.
Okay, you're making Novus one skill more useless.
You both get a momentum. You both got crits. So you perfectly work this spot. You swing the ladder like as a helicopter kind of thing, but you turn it at the last second. You think you're going to miss Jack, but then you realise and you duck down a bit, and perfectly nail him, but Jack is able to work it perfectly so he doesn't actually get nailed in the face. He's able to put his hands up and make it look really good as you go down. But it looks like it killed you, but it didn't, sort of thing.
Yeah.
All right, so
I mean, the man has a degree in theater. He can pull it off and act for Bruiser.
all right, so at this point, he's going to take the ladder off of himself and set it up in between the ring and the side barrier. He's going to save that for later. There's full going on like Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn Survivor Series match right now. So, Royal Rumble, excuse me. So anyway, he's going to just be picking Jack up, few elbow shots to the back of his head, towards his back. And then to get back on a spot that he completely missed in the last match that he wanted to do but didn't think about it. I'm pretty sure Jack is still pretty dazed after that hit, so he's going to set him up on one of the ring posts, and then he's going to set Jack up on the ring post and literally go for the purple nurple while he's laying up against the ring post.
Can I use mind games?
He wants to purposely do it.
So you're going to mind games him and like make it out like you're enjoying it?
Yeah. I gotta roll it first.
Yeah, so you roll for mind games, and Bruiser, you roll for luck.
15. I rolled 2 double 6.
And I have a plus 3.
That will be a
+3. Fucking hell, these advancements.
Yep, those freaking advancements. That's gonna make it a. So my look is still a 0. I haven't advanced that yet. All right, so I rolled a 10 on that.
So because I rolled 15 with mind games, I can do gain control. Either me or him gets +1 heat, or someone surprises and ambushes them out of nowhere.
It's up to you. It's your stat.
Taking bets on who wants to ambush and surprise to cause shenanigans.
Nova.
No. This is to help Jack. Nova would be like, no, I'm not getting fucking involved with this shit. Fuck that. No, so
am I guessing that his partner's going to get involved?
Only if Carl allows it, because they're monster class. Because I've built them. They're in the monster class. That would be a Carl call completely, because they're the FCW World Heavyweight Champion.
Okay.
That's who Jack's been tweeting.
Here's how I'm gonna play it because of what happened. And you roll. You both roll well. So you do the nipple twister on him.
And Jack moans.
Jack moans like he's really enjoying it. And you take a moment where you step back and like, okay, that's not the reaction I expected.
No. Because you see, Bruiser knows Jack very well. He would expect it, so he's just like, I don't care.
Right, so...
But that also then negates what my ability does.
No.
My bad.
What's gonna happen? It gets to your head, but you're like, okay. And then
whatever.
Jack's partner on the other side of the barrier is like, the fuck is this? Again, leaps over, grabs you, Bruiser, and twists you around like, what the... Like, starts yelling in your face. I'm like, what are you doing? Basically, like, thinking something weirdly, overly sexual is going on.
Me and Jack's partner, we know each other very well,
yes.
So...
like, Lexi would go, that's my brother.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, this is all planned backstage, but the guy, like, he's yelling in your face as this, like, saying, he, right?
They.
Yeah,
like I said, they look like Rhea Ripley, but with a lot more piercings and no tattoos.
Okay. They are yelling in your face and just telling you off. They basically thought that you were sexually assaulting their partner.
Jack, who's done that to Lexi in the ring. So, while that happens, because I'm also...
Rob.
I'm going to gain control of the match. I'm gonna run and do a shining wizard to the back of the head.
Yeah, okay, you take advantage, run up at the back, that'll be a body.
7!
Yeah.
Just barely.
Yeah, so yeah.
Yeah, just barely.
You're standing there having this argument when you feel this something brush the back of your head and you're like, shit, I better sell it. And you go down. From the Shining Wizard. Jack, you're in control.
Mm-hmm. So, Jack, at this point, they're of course gonna break complete fucking kayfabe because they often will. Like as I said in the chat, when he's kayfabbing, he will not acknowledge his partner, but he's like, "No, fuck it, I'm gonna acknowledge my partner." He's gonna kiss them real quick, tell them to get back to the audience.
Yeah.
And then what he'll do, I'm trying to think in like what makes sense area wise, because even though Jack's incredibly pissed off with Bruiser, he is of course fully aware of the ladder situation with his past, and does not want to be constantly attacking Bruiser with a ladder in general. So he's gonna take the chair from the commentator. Like he's gonna like push the commentator out, take the chair, fold it up, and go over to Bruiser and just whack him in the back with it.
Just make sure it's not the lower back, because that's where he landed.
No, that like Jack
is
back. Making sure. We forget Jack actually is safety man. He is fully aware that kicking you in the balls with a crit was a complete accident for him.
Okay.
Hey, and that's another reason why we're not talking to each other for real.
Jack, roll work.
And I will say, whenever Bruiser does take his shirt off, whenever the Bruiser does take his shirt off, the camera will see the remains of a surgery scar on the on his lower back from when he had the surgery.
What did you roll, sorry, Jack?
7.
Yeah. Boom, just
it's fun to say 7 just like that.
Just a perfect chair shot off the back as he goes down. Yep.
Again!
And again!
Roll again!
And again!
How many do you want to do? How many do you want to do overall?
3.
3. Okay. So just roll another roll and then we'll call it for both of them.
Okay. Alright. Thankfully, I have 2 dice, so 2 sets. Okay. So they're also both barely 7.
Yeah. Boom.
I have
boom.
0 work. I've just rolled 7.
Unless you want to interrupt either of them, Bruiser, you will take 3 consecutive chairs.
Yes, I would actually like to spend 1 momentum to go from 3 to 2 so I could take control.
Okay. You get 2, you sell them, chair comes down, and then that last second you spin around and catch it.
Perfect. Alright, so I have the chair in my hand, and then I'm going to go for the gut shot to get him bent over, and then I'm going to do 2 chair shots across his back. So, what do you want me to roll?
Roll 2 real rolls.
Alright.
Oop.
My reel is now a 1, and that one with a +1 is going to make it a 12.
But the first one's a 12? Or do you want that to be the first one or the second one?
I was the first one I rolled was just an 11, and my reel is 1, so that makes it 12.
Right, okay. Roll the second one.
Right. And that is a 7, just barely.
Okay. So we'll reorder them just for the sake of flavour. You'll get a momentum. So what you do is you hit the chair, boom, the first time, and then you really reel back. And on the second time, you nail him with it on the back so hard that the back seat, the backrest part, flies off.
I was either going to say that.
We discussed Jack actually having back problems.
Oh, shoot. My bad.
So you get momentum from the crit as Jack foot goes down selling from that.
Well, I mean, that actually kind of helped because I'm right back at 3 momentum again, so I broke even on that. All right, so now he's going to pull him up, and then he's going to go for a throw Jack to get him flying face first towards one of the ring posts on the outside. But he's gonna try to make sure he doesn't really smack it.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Roll a work for that one then.
All right, that is a 7.
Perfect. Just throw him into the ring post. Boom. Goes off. It goes down.
All right. So, all right, and then going to search for under the ring to see what I can find under the ring. Gonna pull out. I think he pulls out
time check. What time is it? Your guys' time at the minute?
8:49. We're still good right now.
Just checking.
Yes.
Okay.
We're still good for a while. All right, so
I will let you know if we're cutting close.
We should be good. We're in the final match.
Yeah.
So he is going to pull out a bat. Has barbed wire.
From under the ring?
From under the ring, yes.
The crowd reacts. The backstage, I'm like, oh god, no.
Are you spending a momentum to turn this into a more hardcore match?
ECW fan in me wants to do Terry Funk and set the damn thing on fire right now, but
no, we are not triggering people after another Travis situation.
But no, I'm not going to do that. Instead, what I'm going to do is, when you're slowly getting back up, I'm going to get it where you're in between my legs and put the barbed wire part right on your head and just wrench back to where it will hopefully bust you open and start to make you bleed.
Again.
Okay.
Yes. Remember, he's still healing from the staples.
Yep.
He would still have those scabs.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, I want you to roll. Is this real barbed wire? Or is this rubber barbed wire?
I didn't know they use rubber. They use rubber barbed wire now.
There's barbed wire. No, they always have. They watch that spot at Royal Rumble 2000. Foley gets hit with the real barbed wire. He puts it under the table, then comes back out with another one, and that's when he gets hit in the face, and that's the rubber tip barbed wire.
And also how in this year's what was the fucking last pay-per-view that just happened? Elimination Chamber. But I'm gonna wait for Bradley to put back on his headphones. Because Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, you can tell that was not real barbed wire because of Kevin's reaction.
Yeah.
Because that would have torn open.
Whenever they
elimination.
If you watch any match with barbed wire, if they have to do a shot to the back and somebody's got a shirt on, they'll use the real stuff. But if they have to hit each other in the face, usually they'll use rubber tip barbed wire. So it's up to
So I'm using the rubber tip then. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So it's making a show of it. In which case, that'll be.
Can I say Jack as he goes to grab it? He'll he doesn't care. He'll pick the scabs off to cause the blood.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I'll roll a work then, Bruiser. It was whether it's work or look was the work or real was the question.
Alright, so thanks to my advancements, my work is now 1, and I just rolled a 7 plus 1 makes it 8.
Okay, yeah. Breaking it into his face. Jack's making it look good by it looks like he's holding his head, but what he's actually doing is opening up his cuts to make himself bleed.
Yep. Alright, and as soon as he's done with that, he's just gonna do he's gonna make sure that Jack is sitting up on his knees and then just pretty much batter up and go hit right to the face.
Nice. Okay. Roll a. Yeah, I mean, batting, you can't get more real than a bat. Even though it's rubber tip barbed wire, you are actually swinging it, so real.
Okay. Rolled a 9 plus 1, that's 10.
You nail him, gaining momentum. Jack goes down, absolute home run on the head as Jack goes down.
All right,
Jack, you can spend a momentum to take control. Do not forget at any point.
I know. I was gonna let the bat actually happen because I think I was literally debating. Do I want to? No, I want to get hit with that.
Yeah, you get absolutely taken out. You are on the ground, breathing, pooling blood at this point.
So pretty much imagine a Ric Flair in any match that he was in after 2005, basically.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so at that point, I'm going to slide into the ring. Wait, no, I'm going to take the other ladder that's still sitting up, go into the ring and start to set it up so I can try to start climbing.
Okay. Yeah.
You can see there's one, the ladder on one side.
Yeah.
One ladder's on one side still laying.
So you start climbing the ladder. I'm going to say when you get to the top and get to the where you're reaching for the belts, that's where Jack recovers. Unless, do you want to concede control, or is Jack, you're going to spend a momentum to take control?
I'm going to spend a momentum to take control.
Okay. So Jack, you see...
I was going to give him control anyway.
Okay.
Wait, you were going to give control?
Yeah, I was going to give control anyway.
Same momentum. So, yeah, Jack, you stand up on the outside, recovering as some of the crowd, your partner especially, is yelling for you to get up as you see Bruiser climbing the ladder.
So, because that one ladder is still on the outside.
The one he set up against the barrier, yeah.
I'm going to climb in and jump off towards Bruiser. Like, I'm essentially going to do a standing ladder suicide dive on Bruiser.
The ladder on the outside is bridged, like between the ring apron and the
yeah, that's what I was talking about.
You could set it
pretty much just like bridged in,
but it's bridged, so you could jump on it, run, and then get to the ropes.
Okay, so it wasn't made clear that it was bridge. I thought it was still like A-frame up.
The one in the ring is A-frame up. The one on the outside is horizontal bridged between the.
Yeah, he's gonna climb on that the springboard, then onto the other ladder to knock Bruiser off.
So what you're gonna do is you're gonna run onto the ladder, run up to the ropes, springboard off the top rope to leap onto the ladder. Okay, that's gonna be a body.
Yeah. Is it a backyard shenanigans worthy? Because it's a stunt.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love making my own moves.
I've seen Shelter Benjamin do something like this once.
So that's
Oh no, you're a long way from the ring, Shelton!
10.
Yeah, you successfully, like Spider-Man, leap. Are you going onto the same side as Bruiser, or are you trying to kick him off, or are you trying to get onto the other side?
I'm going to get on the other side so I can throw a couple punches.
Okay, yeah, you leap off, springboard onto the other side of the ladder, so you are now face-to-face at the top. Bruiser was there holding on, grabbing the belts, looks down, sees you there.
It's just like,
bang!
Oh, and the look he sees before Jack throws a punch is essentially he opens his jaw and just goes and just
like Darby Allin
comps him instead because of the height difference. Because I can see Jack doesn't land like at the same positioning, but at least enough he can sit there and just uppercut Bruiser.
Okay. Yeah, you could do that. Yeah, Bruiser stops grabbing the thing and is just sort of dazed on the top position of the ladder.
And then Jack's going to climb up, take Bruiser's head, slam it a couple times onto the top of the ladder to make him even more dazed and confused.
Yeah.
And then what he's going to do... So where they're on the ladder. Hold on. I'm going to use this whiteboard to explain my idea. We have a ladder here.
Yeah. I can't really. Yeah.
So.
Oh no.
You're hooking him off.
I have another idea, but
you're chucking him off onto the bridge ladder, aren't you?
Yeah.
I thought we talked about something different here. What the fuck?
Well, no, because I can continue this idea with the Jeff Hardy moment. I can do this. Jack's gonna have his Jeff Hardy moment because why the fuck not? So
that's what you want to do as to whether you're going with him or.
Yeah. And that's where I've been trying to figure it out is to say Jack's gonna go down with Bruiser.
Okay, so you want to do like a suplex?
Yeah.
Okay.
And like I said, this is because Jack is aware of the back injury, so he's going to help be like additional fall damage.
To guide you down, yeah.
Yes.
So obviously,
and I will say that before he does this, Jack will hear Bruiser whisper into his ear, "Just be careful. Remember the damn back."
Now, obviously, given that it is the outside bridge ladder, we all know those ones are made of wood, so that's at least something. Right. So you're gonna superplex him. You're gonna superplex him off the top of the ladder in the ring, over the top rope, with both of you landing onto the bridge ladder.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, roll.
Backyard shenanigans?
Yes. Roll that.
Try to fucking kill me.
I just make Jack so goddamn broken. I can do anything.
Yes, you do. You do.
Yo, this is what happens when you spend so many years playing D&D. So, that is another 10. And I'm actually kind of
that was the
happy
level. That was whether it was a crit or not was going to be my thing to see whether the ladder broke.
Yeah, no, that's why I'm happy it's a crit, because I know, okay, Jack can successfully get them both down safely.
Yeah.
To an extent.
Suplex off the top rope, superplex off the ladder, over the rope, down at the ladder. The ladder cracks in the middle, breaks in two, as you two both fall into it. As everybody in the studio arena rises up with their hands like, holy shit. As you two are basically like, if the ladder is broken like a table downwards like this, you are each laying feet upwards on each part of the ladder with your heads at the bottom, your legs up in the air.
Oh, man.
Dead. Both of you are out. People in the commentators are like, Jack is insane. He just killed himself to kill his old partner.
This is why he was called Backyard Jack.
Yeah.
Okay, then Carl. At this point, if we're both quote unquote dead,
you're both like, you ain't getting. Neither of you are getting up for a solid minute or two. In fact, the referee's going to come over.
Okay, can I do something then as Nova?
Yeah.
I would like control of Nova in this case scenario then. So where Nova has not been in this match, appearance-wise.
No, she's not been.
No, she has not. I want her running in to the ring from the audience, not in drag. She's just doing her typical metal shirt and jeans because comfort. She's gonna hop over the barricade and see these two on the ground like this. She does not want this to keep going. She's gonna pick up, because she knows she can easily. She's gonna pick up Jack, throw him into the ring to try to get consciousness, and then you watch her like struggle getting Bruiser up to get him also into the ring.
So
she's gonna try to get them up and conscious back into the ring.
Kim, hear me out.
Yes.
You can say no. I love Tom's idea because that kind of gets us in the same place. To stop the match, because she doesn't want them to kill each other anymore, Nova goes
Yeah, we can do that.
Nova goes up and, yeah.
Yeah, no, we can definitely... Ladies and gentlemen, instead, Nova Delight, drag queen extraordinaire with 20 years of experience who was, fuck this, I've only been part of this because of a damn boy I've known since he was 14, climbs the goddamn ladder and grabs the tag team belts. Nova Delight's the RCW
I'm taking him!
What the fuck?
Lacroix, the referee's...
You, Bradley!
The referee's just like, okay, and rings the bell.
Call it. No, like, Nova's up there going, call it. Just in this match, they're going to kill each other.
Technically speaking, when one of them touches the belt, they win. So if Nova drapes a belt on each of them, you've got your same result.
Nova pulls the belts apart and rests one on each of you. And the referee's just like,
what?
Goes to the ring announcer.
Nova's just like, she sees they're not doing, she goes over to the bell, just starts ringing it herself.
The ring announcer's like, ladies and gentlemen, this match is a draw.
Nova, like, people can see, Nova is actually panicking because A, Bruiser's past injury.
Yeah.
B, if Jack kept going, someone would likely get injured.
You guys completely destroyed each other off that ladder. It was only going to get worse. Breaking through the ladder was the big spot.
I will say, as soon as Nova is close enough to me, all she can hear him go is it broke? Is my bat broke?
I'd imagine here's what happens. He says, "Is it broke?" And Nova's like, "Oh yeah. No, not the ladder, my back."
Nova's like, "I don't know. You're the EMT.
I don't have any X-ray equipment here. Damn it!
Can you move your feet?
It hurts to move."
People can see her just go there and smack his foot with full force. Did you feel that?
Ow!
You're fine. And she, and the camera's still going on Nova because she is literally creating a moment for this. She's gonna go over to Jack, pick him up, and smack him on the face, going, "Wake the fuck up!" And
pretty
the second Lexi tries, she just instantly is holding up her finger. She's like, "Don't you fucking dare!"
Who should do that to?
Lexi, because Lexi's like, "Oh," and she's like, "No, you fucking don't." And
as
she's
this is going
trying
on,
to get them the fuck up and awake.
Yeah, as this is going on, Chief Valhammer's music hits as he appears on the top of the ramp. This match was supposed to decide who would be control the tag team titles, and I didn't think it was possible to end the ladder match in a draw, but somehow the ladder match is ended in a draw. This was supposed to decide who is the tag team champions.
Can Nova grab a microphone to talk to Chief through the ring?
Yeah.
So she's going to hold it up. You put them against each other, fully aware these two are the most insane motherfuckers besides the Freak in RCW. Do you think this was a smart idea to put the two of them in a ladder match where one of them has been recovering from a ladder injury and the other one's a fucking idiot?
Look,
she'll call Jack a fucking idiot all day.
Look, this is wrestling. It's how we settle things. But okay, Nova, you win. If these two are both the tag team champions, then they should defend the tag team championships as a team. So next week, that's exactly what's going to happen. Bruiser and Jack are going to team up and defend the tag team titles. If they want to be the tag team champions, they can be the damn tag team champions. And he throws the mic down and walks backstage.
And Nova, she's panting and raving in the ring like all the other wrestlers have.
And I will say that as she's doing this, she will probably feel Bradley's hand just try to grab her leg and just be like, "I'm down, darn it."
Are you two getting up?
Jack. So for Jack hearing this, he is actually not happy. He's not. It's very clear he is not happy by this end result. He theoretically would just leave the belt with Bradley and just walk out the ring.
Well, you just hand it to him or chuck it at him?
Chuck it. And he just walks out the ring. Yeah, and he is limping as well because of that swanton he did. But he's making it physically clear he is not happy with the end result.
Yeah, so Bruiser, you are
and this is more, and I will say this is more of a work with a tiny bit of shoot in there because he's still not happy with Bruiser. But it is very more a work.
Okay. Bruiser, you're still in the ring as you finally get yourself up on the corner as Jack walks over and tosses the belt at your feet and walks off.
He doesn't really... He says something, but it's only loud enough to where the camera can just hear him say, "Crazy kid." And at this point, he's just gonna pick both belts up and just slowly try to make himself get out of the ring. But I'm sure he's probably like leaning against Nova because he's hurt right now. He's hurt.
Oh yeah. Nova's helping him out without a doubt.
Yep.
With that said,
hey, and he just high fives a few fans who are still cheering for him at this point, if there is anyone still doing it.
Yeah. At this point, commentators, I don't what they're gonna team? They just killed each other. What the hell is gonna happen next week? Tune in next time to RCW. That's the show.
Implosion.
It's out. Does anybody want to do any backstage shenanigans post-show?
Jack's gonna go to the booker.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
He's gonna look at him and just be like, I don't want to tag next week.
It's the story.
Yeah, but it's not fun to tag with someone who humiliated you like he did.
Humiliated you? How?
It was humiliating to have the belt taken off of me like he did.
I'm sure he was just playing into the story. It wasn't meant to be serious, I'm sure.
He didn't tell me. He did it without telling anyone.
I'm sure it was an improv moment. Things happen. Look, okay. The angle next week is not that you two are suddenly best friends, of course. You've just killed each other 2 weeks in a row. The angle next week is you're going to fall out. You know, you're not gonna lose the belts because that's not really in the plan at this point. But you're gonna fall out, and basically the you two are unable to work together, and then somehow that cause some sort of fuck finish. But the bottom line is it's only to enhance the story for the finale that's coming up. We've got a big pay-per-view coming up, and I think the finale should be there.
You can see this. The booker can see a look on Jack's face, like he gets it for the story, but there's still that ping of I do not want to.
And as far as like what's really going on between you guys, I think you should just talk. I think honestly, don't let yourselves get worked into a storyline, into a shoot, and really have resentment towards each other, because, you know, this is the benefit of the company and yourselves that we're going to pay this big program off at the big pay-per-view. And the company will do well, you guys will do well, and everybody will be friends at the end, right?
Fine. And then he just storms off out of the booker's office. He is at this moment actually being a 27-year-old child.
There is one more thing I do want to do, and that is just that during this whole after the show thing, we're going to tape up one pre-tape that will air during the show, which is okay, for those of you who saw it back in the day, when The Undertaker attacked David Flair basically in the showers and like beat the crap out of him, that's what's going to happen with Freak. We're just going to open with Freak with Casey at his feet, bleeding in the locker room. Freak having obviously taken him out. Not too happy about the fluke victory. Do you want to say anything to the camera in this, or?
I don't know. This is catching me by surprise.
Just grab the bull by the horns.
Yeah, but leaning in slowly, like I was trying to, with just the creepy hesitation before saying anything. Lean all the way down, whisper in his ear, which is probably doubly weird because he's presumably covered but naked. And it's going to be a stage whisper so the camera can hear, because it's for the camera. But welcome to the business, boy.
And then
just walk away.
You walk away. The camera looks towards Casey, And then about 30 seconds later, the door opens as Sterling walks into the locker room, seeing Casey laid out and bleeding on the floor.
What is Sterling's reaction?
Free.
Thank you, Ross, for going the same route as me. Thank you.
I haven't really got anything, so I'm sort of gonna. I think that scene works better if you fade out on the bleeding kid. To be honest.
Well, yeah, but I would say you come in and find him because it's in the you would eventually find him. So you walk in, and presumably are just like,
I think,
oh my god, what the hell?
I don't know. I think the scene's better. I think the scene's better if it's implied. I find him later, sort of.
I think it ends with you coming into the room and being like, Casey, what the? And then it fades out and you screaming for help. I think.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you're just like, help! Somebody get in here! Somebody get a medic! And then the show that fade back.
Enters Bruiser as the medic.
Yeah.
Bit late for that. The medic's fucked his back.
Well, we can only afford one, so he's got to get off the stretcher and help.
Damn it, Jack!
Just.
Damn it, Jack!
We're a low-key operation, but we do have a medical team instead of just the worker who's. He's not the wrestler and also the doctor. Yeah. But yes. That'll be the final thing. Unless anybody else has got anything else?
What about audiences for like mine and...
Yes, sorry.
Bradley's
everybody
match.
who was on the show, get +1 audience. And you know what? I know it doesn't do much, but Casey obviously is getting +1 audience and Nova's getting +1 audience. And
Oh, that's the first one for Nova!
And Nova is going to get +1 heat with both of you.
Oh boy.
She's put herself in the storyline now.
I mean, but for now, she is going to be in the storyline.
Mm-hmm.
I just wrote on there, Nova 3 audience. It's a miracle. Nova's actually increased and got involved.
Yeah.
It just had to take the 2 most important men in her life to beat the shit out of each other.
No, it took the one that she sees as a son to nearly kill the love of her life.
I mean,
the 2 most important men in her life beating the shit out of each other.
I was gonna have Sterling and Casey doing something in amongst the crowd, campaigning to have the title opportunity, but you've just murdered him, so I can't do that now.
There'll be a future opportunity.
I was gonna have them hanging out with the fans with a load of signs that say the gentry are going to take the titles from the children. You know.
One more. You've only got one more. You've only got one win yet. You've got to get a couple of wins before you get a title shot.
Or do stupid insane shit like me and Bradley.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, with that said, folks, we shall wrap it up for this week. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you for episode 11.